little bit of like a slight mental fracture. Like he's trying to get it all together in a positive way, but taking sometimes a negative road.
I mean, let's be real, though. Let's be real. LeBron doesn't have haters. He just got fans in denial. And the kicker is, if LeBron does not educate his critics, they will never transition into their true position as fans. Thus,
Love Jones.
He has to be worried about his critics because critics dictate his legacy. See, the things that you can't argue about, who has more points all time? Well, LeBron has more points than a Michael Jordan. Who has more assists all time? Well, LeBron has more assists than a Jordan. Who has more rebounds all time? Well, LeBron has more boards than a Michael Jordan. But the things that we can debate, critics vote on. Well, who has more regular season MVPs? Oh, dang. Well, who has more all-defensive teams? Oh, dang. Well, who has more all-NBAs? See, critics dictate legacy. Chris Broussard, you're a voter when it comes to postseason and regular season accolades.
Critic looking ass.
Slick Rick Bucher, he's a voter when it comes to regular season and postseason accolades. So we have to be worried about critics. LeBron has to be worried about critics because critics do, in fact, dictate LeBron's legacy.
Point.
Wow. I don't think he should be worried about critics. And I'm not sure LeBron is worried about critics. I think LeBron is motivated by critics. And he's challenged by critics. And I'm not so sure this isn't another way, obviously he's motivated within himself, but that this might not be another way he's getting himself going. You look at LeBron James's greatest achievements. They've all come after major criticism, after major shade was thrown his way. His first championship, the work, I mean, we think it was bad in 2010 when he went to Miami, and it was. But after he melted down against Dallas, and then after he sat on the podium and said, you know, y'all fans, just go back to your regular lives. I'm good. Like, you know, people took that as a negative. And so that whole offseason, he was crushed. He comes back and wins the championship. Go to his next ring, or not his next ring, but he goes to Cleveland. And people, you know, the year before, Golden State had beaten the Cavs. And people were saying Steph was winning MVPs, and people even thinking he might be better than LeBron, best player in the world right now. LeBron goes out, the critics motivate him, he wins the championship in 2016. He goes to the Lakers. They kill him because he doesn't even make the playoffs in his first year with the Lakers. People say he's old. Oh, you turned on playoff mode, LeBron. You activated playoff LeBron and went 8-13 when you came back. What's going on? You're getting old now, and you better win a championship because every superstar on your level that's gone to the Lakers has won a ring. And what does he do? He goes out and wins the championship. So I think that this is LeBron's way of getting a little extra juice, getting himself juiced up just a tad bit more. And you guys notice he does this whenever the basketball world is focused elsewhere. So in 2015, Cavs lose Game 5 to Golden State. It seems clear the Warriors are about to win the championship. LeBron goes up to the post-game podium and says, I'm the best player in the world. It's as simple as that. Oh, everybody talking about Steph, but y'all recognize I'm the best player in the world. Okay, right now, the focus is on Nikola Jokic about to win his first MVP. The focus is on Steph. What a season. Oh, my goodness. He was awesome. Kevin Durant, Marcellus Wiley, and others saying, oh, Kevin Durant, KD is the best player in the world now. LeBron is reminding folk, yo, I run this. I got this. I'm the best player on the planet, and don't you forget it.
And King Kong ain't got nothing on me. I give you all of that. Let me abbreviate my take then, because I understand where LeBron is coming from listening to you and our show talk. The squeaky wheel gets the oil. So LeBron, I mean, he shouldn't even have to squeak. I mean, God, look how big his rims are. Like, look how, this is LeBron James, and we still got to wait for him to squeak to give him a little oil. That said, when you start talking about how the critics motivate him, and we've seen LeBron James try to be the villain at times, try to go into that dark place in response to all that criticism, it sounds like a cute way of saying he internalizes the negative and then wants to reset it, which is fine. We all know that Michael Jordan is probably the king of doing that. But I don't know if that's going to work for LeBron James in this situation. It seems like this situation, he spun this overtly, like kind of obviously. Like, they're giving you props. The next guy is at year 12 of how many times they had 25 points per game. And LeBron, that gap right there should have been enough for us to all just hit the heart button, like him, and just say, LeBron, amazing, amazing. But LeBron spun it. And that looked a little weak for me, a little thirsty for me. Like, dog, we're giving you your props. You need more than that in this moment. So, you know, you can see your haters without looking at them. You can feel your haters without touching them. You can hear them without even seeing them. But LeBron in this situation looks like he's acknowledging them, which makes me think it's affecting them.
I like your take, Sal, but I think that the caveat, if you're LeBron, is he did bring us aware of something we weren't aware of prior. We don't ever talk about LeBron as one of the greatest scorers of all time. Right now, we're talking about Steph Curry as one of the greatest shooters, obviously. But CB, I don't know if that was a natural glitch in your body or if that was a genuine reaction. But be real. We don't talk about LeBron as one of the – we talk about Jordan. We talk about KD. We talk about Harden. But we don't talk about, like, LeBron. And LeBron's like, wait a second. What Steph is doing is cute. What Harden is doing is cuter. What KD is doing might be the cutest. But none of them are on my level, even in regards to scoring. And scoring isn't even what I do best. LeBron is like, I average 25 a game for 17 seasons. The next is at 12 seasons.
Damn.
That's something I genuinely was unaware of. I knew he was about to eclipse eventually Karl Malone, eclipse eventually Kareem, but I wasn't under the, like, I didn't have the mental cognition of like, oh, wait a second. 25 points a game, 17 straight seasons.
Oh.
Wow. So I do think, CB, sometimes he has to bring it to our attention because we become numb to greatness. We become numb to all things that we desire if we start to get them in excess. And LeBron James is like, y'all not going to become numb to my greatness, not on my watch.
Well, Acho, the reason I made that look that you called me out on was I have always felt like LeBron was among the greatest scorers. Now, the reason a lot of people don't mention him is because he doesn't have the arsenal that obviously a Michael Jordan had, that a Kevin Durant has. He's not the jump shooter that those guys were. Kobe Bryant's arsenal. Kobe had more of a variety of ways to score. And that's why people don't include him. James Harden as a tremendous three-point shooter. Obviously, Steph. That is why people don't include LeBron when they talk about who are the greatest scorers of all time or the greatest scorers in the league and all that. I don't think it's just his assists. I think it's that he doesn't have the variety of ways to do it like those guys. But I've always pushed back on that a little, and I've said, look, LeBron may not do it as gracefully as a Kevin Durant or as a Michael Jordan or a Kobe Bryant, but he scores as much as those guys and more than Kobe and some of these other guys, and he does it more efficiently or as efficiently. He's always at 50% or above. Kobe was 45%, 44% for his career. So I've said LeBron is among the great scorers. I compare it to Shaq. If you take Shaq, you can say, hey, David Robinson had more finesse, more moves. He could shoot the J better than Shaq. Hakeem Olajuwon had more moves, obviously, with the Dream Shake than Shaq. Okay. All Shaq did was dunk on you and a little jump look here and there. But you couldn't stop it.
Yeah.
I don't care if he dunks every time. You can't stop it. So that's how it is with LeBron. He's a Mack truck. He's not as graceful as most of the other great scorers we've seen on the perimeter, but he gets it done, and he gets it done efficiently. So I do think he is among the greatest scorers of all time.
Yeah, I'm with you. And this got on my radar because Gilbert Arenas brought it up as well. Don't say this to Gilbert Arenas about LeBron not being a top scorer. That and Kwame Brown's name right now because obviously they're on the internet. Look, let's just be real about this. LeBron doesn't get it. CB hit it. LeBron's default is bully ball. And we all know it when we look at some of the other greatest scorers all time, they got a tool belt that wraps around them twice.